Well audible.
Yes.
Thank you. Great. So let us begin today's class. So just comfortably sit on your mat, back and neck straight. Then you can gently close the eyes. And we'll start observing the breath. Just check the natural flow of breath as you inhale and as you exhale. Shift your attention to the body and check your posture, check your alignment. Make sure there is no stress in the body. The body should be relaxed, but there should be a sense of alertness. And after you have relaxed your body, check your alignment, come back to the breath. And begin to deepen the breath as your body and mind relaxes. Observe the breath. And let's prepare ourselves for one time Om chanting and followed by the mantra. Just inhale, hold for 2 seconds, then exhale. Complete 3 breaths in this format. Now inhale deeply for Om. Om. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् down. Shanti. Join both the palms together in front of the chest, stand up both palms. Place them on the eye and very slowly while blinking and looking at your palms, open up your eyes, come back with a smile. And namaste to everyone. Let us begin today's session. So, we are continuing with the practices of pranayama. And today again we are going for a cooling pranayama. So ideally when you prepare your protocol, you can design it in such a manner that first the practice of asanas is being done, like shatkarma, then asana, then in pranayama, when you come to pranayama, then first go for heat generating practices, because when you practice asanas, already the body, there is heat that is generated in the body. So then after you have completed the heat generating practices, then go for these cooling pranayams, go for these tranquilizing cooling pranayams after that, so that by the end of the class, your client, your students are in a relaxative state, their parasympathetic nervous system is activated, and they do not feel drained at the end, neither do they feel too energized. They are in a balanced state. Okay, so after the practice, generally what happens is our energy drains away. So all of these soothing, cooling pranayams, what they will do is they are going to balance out the previous heating practices. Okay, and it is going to make sure that the person leaves with a very calm and stable mind. So it's working on the bodily level also and mental level also. It will benefit them if you prepare your overall protocol in this way. Because if you complete the practice of asana, then add cooling pranayam, and then go for heating pranayam, then once again you're going from heat to then cold and then heat again. So generally, when you are preparing a protocol, try to go in this manner about the practices. Okay. So next cooling practice, today we are going to learn about Sheetali, sheetkari pranayama. These two pranayama. Sheetali and sheetkari pranayama. Okay. So Sheetali, 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 and sheetkari, Sheetkari. These are the cooling breaths, both of them. Okay. So posture, again, posture will be your sitting posture. So you're always going to come for a comfortable sitting posture where your spine is straight. Then for mudras, once again, in this there is no specific mudra that you have to adopt. So you can go for chin mudra, gyan mudra. Both the hands will remain on the knee. Vayu mudra, all of these, like hand mudras, whichever one you find most comfortable. This one, yeah. You can go ahead, take that mudra. And for beginning, 10 to 15 rounds are good enough. So the term Sheetali has been derived from the word Sheetal, Sheetal. Out of the Sheetali, this is the part. This is the word from which it has been derived, and Sheetal actually means cool, calm. Okay, so this is a calming, cooling pranayama. From the name itself, you can see that it is a cooling and calming pranayama, both of them. And they are actually variations. Okay, so sheetkari is a variation of sheetali only, where the way of performing is different. So people who cannot practice sheetkari go for sheetali pranayama. Okay, so let's come to the contraindication. Since it is a cooling pranayama, people who have low BP will not go for this practice. People who feel cold very soon, they should not practice this, because like for them this feeling will be triggered very soon when they're practicing this pranayama. So at least be careful when you are making those people practice, because they should keep a very close check on how their body temperature is. So if someone's body like has a tendency of the temperature drops very immediately suddenly, then you have to take special care when they are performing this pranayama. They shouldn't go for many rounds. Even in the case of respiratory disorders, one should not perform this pranayama, like asthma or any lung related, respiratory system related issue. They should not go for this pranayama. Yeah. If someone has chronic constipation, once again, they should not go for this pranayama. Okay. And one more thing, when we perform this pranayama, we inhale through the mouth and exhale through the nose. Okay, so uh, this pranayama should not be practiced in a place where there is pollution. Okay, and if you are located in a city, or where it's not up to you if the pollution in the air is there or not there, and generally in cities the air is polluted. So just make sure that wherever you're practicing yoga, you can keep a lot of plants, and especially there are certain plants which um, clean the air in the room. I think a rubber plant is one of them. So keep such plants, indoor plants, in that room, or if you practice outside, then you will have much more variety in plants. So you can keep plants around so that the air around you is cleansed. Okay. And one more thing, when you are practicing this pranayama, once again, in winters, you do not have to practice, go for a lot of rounds of this pranayama, one thing. Second of all, if your climate is generally cold, avoid this pranayama, because already outside environment is cold, and then inside also, it is cold. So you won't be able to gain that much benefit. However, if there are summers, then this pranayama will help you immensely. Because if both things are happening, in winters it is not okay to practice this, and in summers this will help you. Like Surya Bhedan helps you. Yeah, when there is cold, Surya Bhedan will help you immensely. In that way, this one will help you in summers. Okay, so generally what happens is our nose has certain, there is hair in the nose, there is some mucus also in the nose, which basically prevents a lot of bacteria from entering the lungs, because this our nose also acts as a filter for the air that comes inside. Okay? However, when we breathe through the mouth, this filter is removed. So you have to be very careful If you are prone to, these allergies and all of these things, like, then do not practice this pranayam, because the air which is going inside is not getting filtered. Let's come to a few benefits. Yeah. So overall, the body temperature drops when you do this. So it's a very good pranayam for people with hypertension. Then again, like, overall body temperature feels much better after you practice this. So it's good to counteract summers. So if there is no other way out for you, then you can go for a few rounds of Sheetli or sheetkari, or both of them, and you will see change in your internal temperature. It soothes the nervous system, and if you are feeling too thirsty or too hungry, even at that point of time, practicing Sheetli and sheetkari is very beneficial. So it helps you to counteract the thirst and hunger. So this is for both pranayams, like all of these things are true for both pranayams, whatever I am telling. Okay. Then again, on a mental level, emotional level, it helps you to calm the mind down. It comes under the category of a tranquilizing pranayam. So it's a tranquilizing pranayam. Overall, when after you practice this pranayam, you will feel that the mind is much more relaxed and calm. And even your emotions are much more balanced after practicing this pranayama. If you're feeling emotionally too heavy, it's a good pranayama to practice. The cooling centers of the body are generally triggered. So the part of the brain which is connected with the temperature regulation, that is directly impacted by this pranayama. Okay, so these are a few benefits, like, for this pranayam. In fact, people who have acidity, it's a very good pranayam for those people also. Like, you can introduce this, and it will help them to tackle that. So any heat related issues, if somebody is having any heat related issues, they can go ahead and practice this one, and they will, like, find a lot of um, calmness and a lot of, like, therapeutic effect. It has immense therapeutic effect. If you feel irritated, frustrated very easily, if you get angry, again, practice this pranayama. So let me demonstrate the practice to you, and then if you have any doubts, you can ask them. Then we will go for practice. Okay? So generally, you just sit in any comfortable posture. Your spine should be straight. Eyes are relaxed and closed. And after you work on your breath for a while, after that, you will take the tongue out. Okay, you will form a tube form of the tongue, and then you will inhale through that tube form. Okay, so inhalation is through the mouth, exhalation is through the nose. So after you have inhaled, you will take the tongue back in, close the mouth, and exhale through the nose. Okay, so this is like how it will look. This is Sheetali Pranayama. Okay, first one that I wrote, Sheetali Pranayama. So as you saw, I made a tube type shape with my tongue. So some people are not able to do this. So for them, they can go for Sheetkari Pranayama. Okay, so you all can also try. Just take your tongue out and see if you are able to roll it. If you are unable to roll it, then you can go for the next practice. So when you inhale in this practice, there is a hissing sound that is created because now you are taking the air inside from the mouth through that tubular form of the tongue. Okay, so you can go ahead and try this one time and just check if you are able to perform it or not. So when you are inhaling through this tubular form of the tongue, you will feel coolness, like you will start feeling the coolness already on your tongue when you are inhaling. Okay? And then you just close the mouth after you have inhaled, and then you can exhale through the nose. That is also when you will feel that the air is a little bit like cool. It's not as warm as it generally would be when you inhale and exhale. This is Sheetali Pranayama. For sheetkari Pranayama, you are going to go for like you're going to make sure that the teeth are together. So this, like when we smile also, sometimes we smile like this, right? So upper and lower denture have to be together and they have to touch each other so that there is like it is properly closed. Okay, and then you inhale through the teeth, so there are little gaps between our teeth. So when we inhale in this way, then again there is a sound, and after you have inhaled, you will again close both the lips, bring them together, and exhale through the. So it will look something like this. Okay, so you will feel that cool air. Like as you inhale, you will feel the coolness of the air in your teeth. Okay, and when you inhale, then you will like you are pulling the air in through the mouth. So it will go through the gaps in your teeth. There's very little gap between our teeth, so that is where the air is going to enter the body. Those who cannot practice Sheetali Pranayama go for sheetkari Pranayama. Those who have like missing teeth or their teeth are sensitive, okay, in those cases practice Sheetali, don't go for sheetkari. If there is sensitivity in your teeth, then when you will inhale, you will feel that air very strongly because it is cold when you are uh, pulling the air in that manner. So if you have sensitivity in teeth, it will cause you pain. So avoid that. If you have like missing teeth, if somebody has missing teeth, then also this pranayam should not be practiced. Then they can go for Sheetali Pranayama. Okay, once again, make sure your environment is clean. Otherwise, do not go for these practices. Any doubts in any of the techniques? Okay, so we are all set to practice. Great. So we'll go step by step. So we are going to practice abdominal breathing, yogic breathing. Then we are going to do Sheetali Pranayama, then Sheetkari Pranayama. You can practice both of them if you are able to. And if you are unable to do either one of them, then go for the other one and complete 2 rounds in that. If at any point of time you feel uncomfortable, dizzy, or it is getting too much, your BP drops, just suspend the practice and go for normal breathing or abdominal breathing unless and until you are able to feel that um, you know you are restored back to normal. You can even go like lie down if you're feeling too uncomfortable. Okay, and Rupa ji, you check as you practice. Just keep checking your body temperature because again it's a cooling pranayama. Okay, You have to take special care when you are doing this.
Okay, I have my jersey on jumper, so hopefully I'll be okay.
Yeah, just for the sake of experience, you can try this, but don't go for, in the long run, you do not have to practice this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think one time, I think I was doing a yoga class and it was like hot, and so they suggested something like this to cool the body down when it's hot. So that would be an exception for me. Like if I'm really hot, or if a person is really hot, then is that the purpose of this pranayam, to cool to equalize the sort of bring the body temperature back down?
Yes, but you shouldn't go directly into it after practicing a very like a practice which is quite heat generating. So suppose you go for Bhastrika and then immediately you go for this, so that won't be okay, because the temperature is like really high and then suddenly you are going for really cold, like you are switching the temperature too soon, so the body reacts in that case. So when you are sitting in an air conditioned room and you step out and it's too hot, so it makes you feel not okay. So when you are preparing your sequence, just make sure there is a break in between, like after the heating practices, add some break and then go for cooling practices. So you can add Brahmari in between. We will do Brahmari also. You can add such things in between, so that you do not go into extremes, like, or you can add Ujjayi and then go into this practice. So add a break, not don't go for extremes.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So let's begin. Everybody, just sit on your mat, back neck straight, and gently close the eyes. Start observing your breath. Just observe the natural flow of the breath. And make sure that you are aligned, your posture is completely aligned. And come back to the breath. Still working with your breath to prepare the mind for abdominal breathing. And now just place your right hand on the abdomen and exhale completely. Contract the abdomen in. And as you begin to inhale, expand your abdomen completely. And as you exhale again, contract the abdomen. Take a few breaths in this format where your belly is moving with each breath. And with each breath, go into deeper relaxation. Complete 3 breaths, and then you can suspend the practice of abdominal breathing and come back to your natural breath. Just 3 more rounds. Back neck straight. Just observe the natural breath. And prepare yourselves for the practice of yogic deep breathing. We're going to go for a few rounds of yogic deep breathing. If you feel the need, you can place the hands on the abdomen and chest. Otherwise, you can directly go for the breath. Exhale completely. Then begin to inhale. Expand your abdomen. And then your chest. Then fill in a little bit more air so that you experience the rise in the collarbones. And as you exhale, collarbones go down, chest goes in, and contract the abdomen completely so that the air is completely out of the body. Go for a few rounds of yogic deep breathing. Last 3 breaths, and then you can suspend the practice. Back neck will remain straight. Prepare your body for the practice of Sheetali Pranayama. So if you need to relax the body, just open your posture, relax the body. And then sit comfortably, back neck straight. Adopt any mudra with your hands. Place them on the knees. And we'll begin with the practice of Sheetali Pranayama. So just bring your tongue out, form a tube with the tongue. And after that, inhale through this tubular form of the tongue. And once the inhalation is complete, you can exhale through the nose. Do for 10 rounds of Sheetali Pranayama. And as you inhale, feel that cold air entering the body. When you exhale, feel the coolness in the air in the nose region, the nostril. Continue the practice and feel each and every breath. And after you complete the 10 rounds, you can just observe the natural state of the breath. See if it's like cooler now. In general, the breath feels cooler. And check the state of your mind. So we are going to practice Sheetkari Pranayama, one round with 10 repetitions. Back neck straight. Prepare the mind. And after the next exhalation, just both bring the upper and lower denture together and inhale through the mouth. Then close the mouth and exhale through the nose. Go at your own pace. There's no need to rush. Go for 10 repetitions. As you finish the 10 repetitions, you can come back to the normal breath. And just check how you feel. Check the state of your mind, your body, and your breath. And let's just join both the palms together now. Join both the palms together in front of the chest and rub both the palms together. Keep them on your eyes, allowing your eyes to absorb this heat. One more time, rub both the palms together. Keep them on the eyes. And very slowly, while blinking and looking at the palms, open up your eyes. Start coming back. And whenever you feel ready, you can unmute yourselves. Tell me how you felt. Were you able to feel the cold air? And if you faced any issues or have any doubts regarding the technique, you can unmute yourself and ask those questions.
Hello. I found the Sheetali quite easily, but I did find that I got so cold I had to put a jumper on. But I am in the UK, so I think it hits us in the UK a bit more so. I can't do the sheetkari one. I find that really hard to do. I find I'm just grimacing and I just can't relax into it. I find the Sheetali is fine, but the other one I found very, very difficult. Maybe there's just no gaps between my teeth. I don't know.
That's okay. Either one of them is all right. So both of them have the same benefits, like whatever I told you, it's true for both of them. So one practice will do. If you want to derive the benefits, any one practice will do for you.
I do notice that it's incredibly calming. I'm one of these really anxious people, and my heart rate just is up nearly all the time. And I absolutely physically noticed it actually settle down as I cooled down, which was pretty impressive. I'll definitely be using that one in situations where my heart starts pounding again. So that was great. Thank you.
Great, great. See, it's very helpful. Even though if somebody has heart conditions, just make sure they're not retaining their breath. So all of these pranayams, I told you in the beginning also, all of them can be practiced with retention. If, however, someone has any heart condition, so they can practice this, but they should not go for retention. Okay. Any other doubts? Anybody felt something like too cold or didn't feel anything? Was there someone over here who like had a altogether different experience? You can share any doubts.
This one wasn't so bad for me. It was okay. I think I still return to the point about the Kapalbhati and the Bhastrika. I think those are the only two that make me so cold. But this one was fine. Maybe, yeah.
Okay, great. But don't go for very long practices of these two. And for Kapalbhati and Bhastrika, once again, I think once you get past the sensation, like you feel the sensation that is being produced because of the intensity, then I think they should have a good impact on your body, in fact, because they are heating pranayams and they, in fact, improve the circulation also in the body, especially Bhastrika. So it should actually benefit you.
I'll keep doing them. I won't give. I mean, yeah, maybe maybe I'm just a bit super sensitive to the cold, or yeah.
Don't worry about it. With time and practice, you will be able to, you know, uh, develop that technique also, which suits you the best in those two practices. However, right now it's just the beginning stages. 28 days are nothing for the practice of pranayama. So continue your practice. Yeah, that's the key.
Thank you.
Any other doubts? Okay. So I will as per my understanding, everybody has understood these two properly. Okay. Again, one more time. Last time I'm repeating this, especially for these two pranayams. Just make sure wherever you're sitting, it is clean and the air around you is clean. Okay. It's absolutely essential. So let's close the session. We'll chant Om one time, followed by Sri Shanti. Okay? So back neck straight. Close the eyes. And inhale deeply for Om. Om. Shanti. 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 Join both the palms together in front of the chest and bow down. And let's take out this moment to feel grateful for everything we have. Now rub both the palms together. Keep them on the eyes. And very slowly, while blinking and looking at the palms, open up your eyes, come back for the smile. And namaste to everyone. I will see you all tomorrow for your philosophy class. So bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.